crazy. Thank you, Lori. Alright, we back, chat. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back, chat? Oh, man! Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing today, chat? Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing today, chat, man? We got an action-packed episode. We had the I ain't been in the studio, man. I ain't been over here. I've been on the road, y'all. Seen me on the road doing what I had to do now. I'm a little rusty, man. But here we go. Oh, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing today, chat? What we doing today, chat? We got food stamps, get time to recover. JD Vance said TPUSA and Black Russians are real. Be sure to double tap the screen on the way in. Double tap the screen. We fighting the shadow ban. I done went live, was effed up. Hey, man, it is what it is. We do got the Halloween plug is still in the building. Halloween plug is still in the building. Halloween plug is still in the building, chat. So double tap the screen, shut a live out. Thank you, Big Niche. Yeah, we finna get into the episode. We had already started, you know what I'm saying? We had already started. But we gonna drop that baby goat again because I can. Lala, you got the plain lays ready? Where that baby goat at? We intro mode.
I told my niggas to mark my word, I guarantee that I'm next. I got the arms of a bodybuilder from the way that I flex. Might just hit the strip just to go blow me a check. They know what the fuck I'm on. They say that they got some of the best gas, they call it Southern Joy. Chain on chain and ice on ice like Adam Sandler, I'm water boy. I know I'm all in the head. Bad bitch laying in my bed. Wait till I give her a sprint. I'm a master with the head. Don't let these social fool you, these niggas broke, I know that they ain't bought it. Ain't got no car but talking shit. Okay, then low walkie talkie. I told that bitch to come home. I ain't got time for no bitch that's healing. Talk to blood, she called me daddy. And I'm screaming out no D. I'ma make sure that she come. I'ma fuck her good with my tongue. I know the night is still young. So baby, let's get it in. I know just how she like it tonight. She spicy, she added a friend. They ain't identical, but they fuck alike. So in the bed, I call them twin. Bet I call them twin. Bitch and shoot a shoot. 1 + 1 that equal 2. What you tryna do? Go back for back, check a swoop. Either way it go, I'm on. Either way it go, I'm gone. Brody them just got like 100 on them and they tryna get them gone. What you call it, that wet? What's the name? And he put it in his song. Brody them got the purest powder, it's pink, you know this shit is strong. No diddy. I'm the type of nigga that turn my bitch up in each city. Brody cut out, we celebrate, we hit the gritty. I'm feeling like a baby, I'm tryna get that milk up out them titties. It's no question who young and the latest. If you want your bitch, then when she talking, hear her. If I want the bitch, I'm going Pittsburgh. Still her. I keep some on the side, I don't have trust in just the main bitch. Suck me up while I'm driving like damn, I die by this lane switch. Shit, different type of free, so we ain't never got a tussle. Throw it back like Miss London, and some of you like be hustle.
Oh, man, double tap the screen, shut a live out, chat. We're gonna get straight into it since we already on The second episode. Let me move this motherfucker over a little bit, man. I don't know what's up with my gimbal. I guess my phone charged and got it off balance, but I'll get it back up in a minute, man. What's up, Dark, and welcome back. What's up, Big Niche? What's up, Lala? What y'all doing, man? I hope y'all having a great Saturday, man. We are 40 subscribers away from the next sub goal. Be sure to double tap the screen on your way in, man. We finna get straight into it. If I can get it together, man. Let me get it together, man. I ain't been here in a minute. But we alright, though. We alright. We back. We back. Alright, we'll get back to the food stamp in a minute. When we get some more people in here, we'll get back to the food stamps, man. We'll cover that, man. Food stamps are not, get some time to recover. 2 judges ruled that they gotta go pull out some funding from something else, about $6 billion they have ready to go. Look like Trump might fight it. I think Trump did respond to it. But this is a video of a woman. She talking about this, I guess her friend, cousin, family member, somebody has a 9-year-old son. And listen to how she treating this baby, man.
Have this weird relationship with her 9-year-old son. She calls him daddy, of course. Whenever they're out, whenever they're with teachers, or she tells his friends, she'd be like, yeah, he's my daddy. That's his nickname. His nickname is daddy. Or like when they're at doctors, be like, come here, daddy, daddy this, daddy that. And she'd be telling him, like, you're my only man, nobody else is my man. And he be beating her fucking ass, choke.
See, there we go. She's out calling him daddy, 9-year-old. She calling him daddy, saying he's her only man. He thinking that he run the house. He the man of the house. This is a child, impressionable. I call it grooming. I'ma call it is what it is, man. She grooming this little boy into being the man that she wants to be her partner, instead of letting kids be damn kids. What's up with these people, man? What's up with these people not letting kids be kids, bro? Like, I'm tired of seeing this shit, bro. It's like I'm tired of seeing this shit, bro. Like, I'm not in their household, so I don't know what goes on over there. But from what this woman's saying, I said, well, why ain't nobody went and checked on them folks? Why ain't nobody went and seen what's up with that?
He's strong as shit for his age, and he be just beating her ass. Be like, give me a fucking phone, bitch. Open your fucking phone, bitch. You fucking whore, hoe. Like, all this shit. And she be like, okay, daddy. And, like, she don't say anything. She just laugh and giggle. She be like, okay, daddy. But she's not allowed in his fucking little tablet or his phone. He put a password on his phone that she's not allowed to have. And whenever she asks for it, he gets angry and he starts to beat her ass. And she be scared of him. Like, even
so he 9 years old. Thank you, Johnny, for getting the membership. What's up, Farrod? Appreciate you for coming in. Greetings from America. You said greetings from Norway. I said greetings from America. Yeah, this is creepy, man. Hold on, Jack. She's calling the kid daddy, and he's 9. So a 9-year-old is not a small child. Some of these kids be big as hell at 9. So when he say that he's beating her, I believe it. He probably is punching her, talking about don't go through my tablet and give me your phone, B word. Man, he's 9. These 9-year-old, listen, a 9-year-old kid can be pretty like big in size.
he be beating the fuck out of her too. But my mom don't say anything. Like, if she yells at him and he starts beating her ass, she be like, well, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have yelled at him. But he don't have to play that shit with me. Like, I will fuck that little boy up. I am not my mother. I will actually go to fucking jail for child abuse. Because I don't play that shit. You crazy? And she be saying little weird things like, come on, we're going to go under the covers. We're going to have some privacy. Then, like, when she give him, like, kisses, she start moaning and shit. Like, she does so much little weird perverted stuff. And she was the same way when I was little, too. But it seems like a little worse. But the thing is, people are like, okay, tell the cops, report her. But I don't have evidence. He thinks this shit is okay. The last time I called the cops about another situation, he went off and he was like, she's fucking lying. Like, he was saying this to the cops. He was like, she's lying. My mom was like, she's lying. So they're both going against me. And the cops are looking at me like I was wrong. And then if that happens with this situation, they're going to look at me like I'm wrong. And if that happens with me, they're going to look at me badly because now everybody's ganging up on me. And I have no evidence because this shit happens so fast. Like, these little weird things. And every time I see her, like, saying weird things, I get physically sick to my fucking stomach. Like, I gotta leave the fucking room. Because what makes you think you can call a child daddy or sexy or, like, say little weird perverted things? And she's the weirdest mother ever. Like, she be saying little, like, she be making up shit about me. Telling her son, be like, yeah, she be sucking. She be doing this and doing that. Like,
she be sucking. Sucking what? What can she be telling her 9-year-old that you sucking? What can she be possibly be telling her 9-year-old that you be sucking? Sucking what? Sucking what?
Making up shit. It's the weirdest thing fucking ever. And the last...
Crazy as hell, man. Somebody need to go check on them people, man. Check on them people talking about her mama be telling them I be sucking. Sucking what? Sucking what? That was my first damn question. Sucking what? What she telling them that sucking what? The hell is wrong going on? Alright, Chad.
Chief really perform for Milbray if he's living in Idaho? Despite repeated attempts,
Are you living in Idaho?
Allen would not answer questions about his 646-mile drive to work or the hour and 35-minute flight. In June of last year, property records confirmed that Allen bought a house outside Boise, Idaho. The chief's very long
He said, love to see older generations streaming despite their age. I'm not that damn old, man. I am Big Brother, you know what I'm saying? I'm 32, you know what I'm saying? I'm 32, but I'm not. Streaming started with my generation. I don't know where you came from or if you thought y'all invented this shit. No, my generation popped off this streaming shit, man. We started this shit, man.
Just questions.
Not able to return to work on short notice in the event of an emergency is ridiculous.
Former San Francisco Police Commander Rich Correa tells the I-Team, any police chief needs to be able to respond quickly to a high-profile crime, earthquake, or some other disaster, and that there's no substitute for hands-on and eyes-on experience 7 days a week.
You'd want a police chief that's a stakeholder in the community and able to...
Quit telling my business out here, Big Niche. Why is you telling my business out here? Damn. Oh my gosh. Let me go in here. We're gonna have to put her in timeout. Tell her my damn business in here.
Experience the community at a granular level to really understand it and know what's going on, and also to be present on short notice.
Since Allen became Milbray Police Chief, photos obtained by the I-Team show the station has added 2 bedrooms, a single, and a room with 2 mattresses. I asked for a tour of the public facility funded by your tax dollars.
Damon, I'm allowed to see what's in here. I can't see the mattresses that you have.
See right through the window.
Can you give me a tour?
We're not doing tours right now, Dan. Sorry.
I wanted to check out a formal complaint from the Milbray city manager to the county attorney that says Allen uses the police station as bedroom facilities since he now resides in the Boise, Idaho area. In addition, Milbray's Code of Ethics says no public employee shall use city-owned property for personal need, convenience, or profit. San Mateo County Board of Supervisors President David Canepa is calling for an independent investigation.
If someone is living out of county or out of state, they have to pay for their own lodging. Meaning...
So y'all see, Chad, he done set up beds and cots inside of, nah, don't worry about what was said, Alexandria. Ashley, don't worry. She was telling my damn business, you know what I'm saying? Telling my damn business that she in timeout. She out of timeout now, but she got a 1 minute timeout for telling my business. And anybody coming here telling my business gonna get timed out. 1 minute is light, you know what I'm saying? That's light, you know. That was just a little warning shot, a little pow pow. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell my business. Listen, this is he put beds in the sheriff's office. So he bought a house 650 miles away from where he works. He has to fly an hour and a half, or he has to drive 650 miles to get to work. He's the police chief. He can't respond to a big crime, a fire, or an earthquake. He won't be there. He got to catch a flight. And how is he getting there so quickly? An hour 35 flight. When do you book this flight? Are flights always going there? Are you flying private? What's going on? Straight up.
San Mateo County is not a Holiday Inn.
Yeah, he got beds set up in the damn... Look, he got beds set up in there. Look, these the beds he got in there.
Millbrae Police Chief. Photos obtained by the I-Team show the station has added 2 bedrooms, a single, and a room with 2 mattresses.
Look, man, a single and 2 mattresses. He got the bed set up in the pole. So I wonder, is he clapping cheeks in there? What's going on? What you doing in that police station on them beds? What is you doing on them beds in that police station, man? Straight up. I ain't gonna lie. I want to know what he doing over there, man. All right, chat. So this is a teacher that got her ass fired. She went over there. This is a teacher that was very vocal, speaking out against Trump. And then not only did she speak out against Trump, which is, you know, it is what it is. She's American. She can say what she wants to say about Trump. But she talks so crazy to this kid, bro. Like, she tells the kid, nobody likes you. You think you're big stuff around here. I don't like you. Nobody likes you. I know where you going to be in 3 years. You're not going to get far. You just, like, I'm talking about, she's landing heavy on this kid, bro. Like, 16, 17 years old, I would have talked crazy to that woman. Respectfully, I wouldn't have cussed her out, but I would have talked so crazy to her, bro. I would have talked so crazy to her at 16, 17, bro. She would have went home and thought about the shit I said to her for a few days. Like, she would have sat on that shit that I told her. I'm not gonna lie. This kid right here handled it really rather well, though. You could tell he probably comes from a good home that taught him home training. Like, I would have laid it on her just as heavy. I wouldn't have cussed her out. I wouldn't have got disrespected her or called her out her name. But I would have talked so crazy to her, bro. Crazy.
I don't care what y'all think. Trump sucks. He's a sexual predator. He's a literal moron. Go Potawatomi to the freaking admin. They don't give a crap. No, he is not. What are you talking about? Turn off the Fox News. So what? This is my classroom, and if you guys are going to put me at risk, you're going to hear about it. Because I have to be here. I don't have to be happy about the fact that there's kids coming in here with their variants that could possibly get me or my family sick.
Oh yeah, she came at the kids about not being vaccinated too. So she's at work pissed because she's teaching unvaccinated kids and she's letting them know, like, I think you're rude. I think I'm not happy that I have to come in here and teach y'all because y'all weren't mandated to take the shot. I really feel like if y'all haven't taken the shot, y'all shouldn't be in this classroom, and I'm pissed off about it. Listen, bro, these are kids she's talking to, bro. Kids, bro. Oh, and what's most importantly is this is a chemistry class. Like, this is chemistry. Where is the curriculum? Where is the curriculum? Why are we even talking politics in chemistry class? Why are we talking vaccinations? Not wanting to teach because of a vaccination in chemistry. Like, isn't there, like, and we wonder why kids are failing. Why other countries are beating us in academia. It's crazy.
I don't have to be happy about the fact that there's kids coming in here with their variants that could possibly get me or my family sick. That's rude. And I'm not going to pretend like it's not. Most of y'all parents are dumber than you. I'm going to say that out loud.
Calling their parents dumb to the kids. Just most of y'all parents are dumber than you.
Parents are dumber than you. I'm going to say that out loud. My parents are freaking dumb. Okay? If you don't believe in climate change, get the hell out. If you're a homophobe, get out. Because I am the GSA faculty advisor.
Lady, nobody gives a that you're the GSA faculty advisor in this chemistry class. They are here to learn chemistry, bro. Like, why do I give a fuck? I'm just gonna say it, that you are the GSA faculty, whatever you are, when I'm in chemistry class. Lady, I'm in here to get my credits. You being the GSA whatever, bruh, does not move me. Give me my work. Let's go over a study guide. I'm pretty sure there's some students struggling in her class right now. Instead of taking this allotted time to help those struggling students, she wants to say, if you're a homophobe, get out. Fuck your education. Just get out. Because I'm the GSA leader. You know what I'm saying? What?
I love gay people.
These troubling moments in a chemistry classroom at Lehigh High School have resulted in a teacher identified as Leah Kenyon no longer having a job.
I don't feel like that would be a safer environment for me.
She did the similar things last year. She even told us, she went as far as said, pull him out of her class because this is how she will be all year long.
I don't care if you're vaccinated, you little dick.
Okay?
This is her talking to a student one-on-one. She has to know she's getting recorded because most of the time nowadays you got to have a third party there when you're talking to students one-on-one. This person happens to be recording. She's talking to a student saying, I don't care if you're vaccinated, you little dick. Like, she's talking crazy to this kid, bro.
Class because this is how she will be all year long.
Let this shit happen to him in the world. Like, if he's at a gas station and he whatever get out of pocket, somebody talk a little crazy to him, let him know about it, say, all right, man, but you are a teacher, woman. Like, this ain't what we paying you for. The eagle has flown. Your ass, you getting that salary, man. You getting that check that once a month. We not sending that check through there for you to come over here and call these students all kind of wild shit, bro.
Vaccinated, you little dick.
Okay?
I don't want to get sick and die.
Okay.
There's other people you can infect just because you're vaccinated. You know what? You're not a special person around here. You should hear about how everybody talks about you.
I
You're
know
a
how people talk
jerk.
to me. I don't care how people
You're
talk.
a jerk.
Okay?
And you need to have respect for other people in your life.
I do.
You're not a big man on campus walking around here with you and stick up your butt. People don't like you. I don't like you.
People like me.
They're pretending.
In a few years, look at me and then you'll be like, oh, hey, I was wrong about him.
No, in a few years I know exactly where you're going to be because people with your attitude don't get very far.
I think I'm pretty
You
good.
treat people like crap. And people that treat people like crap don't get very far,
I
Jimmy.
treat people how they treat me.
No, you don't. You don't care about people. You are one of the most disrespectful kids I've ever seen grace the halls of this high school. Grow up.
I'm never.
Have a little compassion for other people in the world.
I do.
You
Shit, you had some compassion for the kids, lady. You had some compassion for the kids, lady. Like, what? Oh my God, bro. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have talked crazy to that woman. And I ain't no probably to it. I would have. I would have talked crazy to her, chat. Alright, chat, this is what's going on in Maine. They're saying that they just voted on a bill to ban AI child porn, but they said they voted it down. They did not get that bill passed that would ban AI child porn. Who would vote that bill down? I'm just saying, like, as an individual, like, outside of party, like, as an individual, why would you vote down a bill banning AI child porn? Now people are gonna say, what about the maps? What about the maps? They're minor attracted people. They have a right to do whatever without harming someone. If they get the AI child porn, no real person's getting harmed. No, I don't want to hear that shit. Don't give me that shit. No, I don't want to hear it. Fuck that. Fuck them.
It's interesting. Just got out of Ledge Council today, where I'm in Augusta. We were voting on bills for the second session, and 80 plus new bills got introduced. I would say probably 90% of them Democrat bills that aren't going to be helpful to the state of Maine. But the one that really blew my mind was a bill sponsored by a Democrat that would prohibit child pornography created by AI. And of course, even though a Democrat sponsored that bill, I voted yes for it because I think child pornography is absolutely disgusting no matter how it's created. Unfortunately, that bill failed to get entered into the second session because the majority of Democrats voted against letting that bill in, even though it was sponsored by a Democrat. I don't understand the reasoning why you would not want to go against child pornography, but that actually happened today. So, doesn't really leave me with a lot of optimism for the second session. That's what happened today, folks.
So he actually posted the people and how they voted. This is who voted. Make an act to make artificial intelligence generated child porn illegal. Daughtry voted no. Pierce voted no. Dewson voted no. Stewart voted yes. Harrington voted yes. Fatal voted no. Moonen voted no. Gramlich. Yeah, my bad. Hold on, chat. Let me put my do not disturb on. Gramlich voted yes. Falkington voted yes, and Falkingham voted yes, and Smith voted yes. So we had 5 no votes and 5 yes votes. Those people who voted no, I think we should write them some letters, man. I'm not from Maine, but as American, we might need to write them some letters and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We might need to write them some letters and see, like, what's to them. Why what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? Like, what's the genius reasoning behind that? What's up? I'm just asking, like, what's up, man? What's up, Daughtry, Pierce, Dewson, Fauci, and Moonen? What's up? You know what I'm saying? What's up with y'all? What's going on? We might need to check y'all phone. We might need to see what's going on. All right, chat. We finna get into a long form. Which long form do y'all want to watch first? I'm gonna let y'all choose. Hold on, I got one more clip before we get into that. Where the hell is it? Nah, we'll get into the long form. Fuck it. Do y'all want to watch the Black Russians? Do y'all want to watch about the Black Russians, or do y'all want to watch JD Vance take the questions at TPUSA first? Which one y'all want to watch first? We hanging out. We're gonna do a panel later on, y'all. Journey, I want you to join the panel later. We got Stacy Michelle gonna host a panel later on my channel. We got like slots. We're gonna have like 6 slots for people to come up. I know Top Cat gonna come up. Journey, if you wanna come, we'll be more than glad to have y'all up there, man. A few people. Y'all wanna see the Black Russians? Black Russians? Alright, let's watch the Black Russians. Pootie went over there and was hanging out with the Black Russians, man. Let's go see what Pootie did with the Black Russians, man. I didn't know Russia had black people like that. I'm pretty sure it was a couple of them, but they make it seem like they got a whole community.
When I get the tattoo, like 50,000 of subscribers get off from me like in 1 hour.
That boy Pootie went to Russia, man. He behind enemy lines for real, man. I'm not gonna lie. Right now in 2025, October, November, bro, I'm not going to Russia, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. If y'all want to see plug boots on the ground in Russia, wait on it. Pootie is on one, bro. Pootie let his nuts hang going to Russia right now. Yeah, Craig. A federal judge ruled that they gotta release some of the extra benefits. They got $6 billion coming to SNAP recipients. They're trying to work out the other $3 billion. So SNAP will be coming. It's a delay though. There is a delay, but they are working on getting SNAP out now. The federal judge ruled on it last night.
Запал, запалил свое черное ДМА, запил, упал, встал, но могу с холста, паустом бить, мозг фаустом, фастом, 365 год мерз, 365 год я мерз, должен сплять в ушах мерда.
Yeah, can I get a number 3? And just put the fries in the bag. I was searching for the right guy for this video, and after a year of searching, I stumbled across Sam, a black guy, born and raised in Russia, who knows Moscow like the back of his hand. This is Black in Russia. When I think of Russia, I think of cold, political stuff. Kind of like a place not to go, even from where I'm from.
You damn right it's a place not to go, man. You hear about Russia, man. Hey, Plug, you want to go to Russia? I'm going to stay my black ass at home.
But I don't really know too much about it other than cold and like politics. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'll probably go a lot of places before I go to Russia. I would probably go to China before I went to Russia. I wouldn't go to North Korea before Russia. I'd definitely go to Russia before North Korea. I'd go to South Korea before Russia. Yes, a lot of places I go to before Russia. Trying to think of somewhere that I would go to Russia before. Yeah. It's probably like North Korea and some third world countries.
What I'm about to show you in Moscow, but I see that people from the US have no idea that there are even black people in this city. In all of Russia, we're living, doing our thing. Yay!
Corey, how the fuck you know Russia ain't a bad place to live? Like you been over there. Man, like, come on, bro. Listen. I'm not saying it's a bad place to live. I'm just not going over there. Like, I don't want to know if it's a bad place to live or not. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Either. Like when you
Nah, I'd definitely go to Tokyo before I go to Russia. I would definitely go to Tokyo before I went to Russia.
go, being from where I'm from, you don't expect black people. Like when we think of Russia, we just think of white people. We never think like a black community in Russia. You know what I mean?
I don't even think that black people could be doing fine in a city like Moscow. A language way different from English. A culture way far away from Africa.
Even just hearing you speak Russian, that shit to me is like, it don't even feel real.
The idea is to celebrate blackness.
Yeah.
There is not a spot in the world where black people don't do good. Wherever you put a black person, we will find our way.
Okay.
And through my life story and the life stories of my friends, I'm about to show you that we always find our way. You can't stop us, bro. You saw that shit. You saw that shit. It's time to experience Russia. Experience Moscow. Right?
Let's do it.
No, that's not Ty Dolla $ign. That's Pootie. You know, Pootie went to the sundown town, to the most racist town in America that was in Arkansas. That's Pootie. Pootie getting it in. Pootie been on YouTube a long time, too.
So, Soviet Union isn't Russia.
Soviet Union is like 40 countries.
So, is that the same thing as USSR?
Yeah, Soviet Union, USSR, that's different names for the same country.
But Russia was one of the countries in that.
Yeah.
When I think of Russia, this is what I think of, these buildings.
When Soviet Union reached its peak, they started building identical shits everywhere.
Right.
Identical schools,
housing, groceries, everything was the same. That is why you get the feeling when you're in Belarus, they're in Russia. Or if you go to even Poland at some extent, you feel like you're in Russia.
It was the same infrastructure throughout the entire... Okay.
The flags, the toilet, the street names.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's really communism, huh? That's really what communism. Everything was the same throughout all the countries. Everything was the same. School set up the same. Toilets the same. Street names the same. Like, that's... I didn't know that, chat. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. That's like The Giver. That's like the book The Giver, chat. They was really living in that shit.
Oh, the street names too.
Like in any Soviet Union, you have a Lenin Street as a main street of the city, and you have a bunch of like squares. At the same in any Soviet Union street.
Tell me about how you ended up in Russia.
For you to be black and in a country like Russia, it has to be something bizarre. In my instance, my dad was sent to the Soviet Union in 88 or 89 to study.
From where?
From Nigeria.
So you're Nigerian?
Yoruba boys.
Yoruba boy.
Yoruba, no Yoruba. What the fuck? We're not in America. Yoruba.
It's common for Nigerians to come to Russia?
It has to be a bizarre story. It's not common.
And it was probably...
He said, no, you're an American. You see how he just shit on Pootie right quick for being an American? Like, niggas get love nowhere, bro. Like, nah, you an American, bro.
And in a country like Russia, it has to be something bizarre. In my instance, my dad was sent to the Soviet Union in 88 or 89 to study.
From where?
From Nigeria.
So you're Nigerian?
Yoruba boys.
Yoruba boy.
Yoruba, no Yoruba. What the fuck? We're not in America. Yoruba.
It's common for Nigerians to come to Russia?
It has to be a bizarre story. It's not common.
And it was probably a lot less black people then than now?
At a point in my life, I knew only 2 cities in my hometown. Black families. Mine and a friend of ours. He decides to try it out. He kind of like it. Then shit go left. The Soviet Union collapsed. You have the Hungry 90s, and he still decides to stay.
What's the Hungry 90s?
The Hungry 90s, that's after the Soviet Union collapsed. Russia had like 8 to 10 years of lawlessness, total lawlessness.
What's that movie, Purge, where it's like all crime is legal or something?
Crime is legal.
You're lying. So someone, like cop could see someone knock somebody out in the face and nothing happens to them?
Nothing happens.
Your mom is Nigerian too?
Both my parents Yoruba.
Do you consider yourself more Nigerian or more Russian?
My base is Nigerian. My spirit is Nigerian. But the way I speak, the way I interact, the way I talk is Russian European.
Because you were born and raised there?
Yeah. But like whenever I'm talking about something deep, like where my energy comes from, that's totally Nigerian.
So let me say this. In the States, there's this type of black person that too white for the black kids and too black for the whites.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're too Russian for the Nigerians and too Nigerian for the Russians?
I had a moment like that in my life till I went to uni. Before that, everything I had about my black experience was knowledge. But now it shifted into experience. Most of us, we have this conflict of identity. You have no blacks around you.
That picture growing up with no black people, like think about that, chat. Those places that he grew up, he was the only black family there. If he wasn't there, those people would have grew up probably 20 years, moved off, and had never seen black people. That's why when I tell y'all, I've been to cities in America where I've seen people and they have not seen a black person like in real life, like not on TV, like they see black people on TV, but like in real life, like there are people who, I know people who haven't left Arkansas. I know people who like just, they stuck in their box and they really haven't seen black people. If this family and that other family hadn't moved into them 2 cities, bro, those people would have never seen black people. That's crazy. But it's like that.
Act as the people you see around you. That's the Russians. So, yo, I'm Russian.
I know all black cities in Arkansas where I'm talking about where like everybody black. The post office black, the courts black, the water company black. Everybody's black there, and it's like I could potentially see that happening too, where like a person will grow up for a certain amount of time and might be 10, 11, 12 years old before they actually see a white person. That's crazy.
I like only white girls. I listen to Russian music.
Right, yeah.
No, I'm not African. Once you black, bro.
Right.
Wherever you at, Russia. Russia, China, US, they will let you know.
In Brazil, there's black.
See, look, Corey say out here in Utah, he never seen black people. Like, Corey, have you ever seen like an actual black person ever? Or have you, like, when was the last, how long has it been since you physically seen a black person? Or have you ever? Oh, you said JK. Well, some people haven't. Some people might go 4, 5, 6, 7 years without physically laying eyes on a black person or a white person, depending on where you at.
Billions, right? And UK there's black British people, right?
Okay.
What if it's just like y'all in the early stages of having y'all black people to where it feels like it's not like a melting pot?
Yeah, but all of you have your American experience. The Mexican American experience, the white American experience, the black American experience.
Right.
When you're growing up as a black person in Russia, the first thing you do is neglect your second part. But people around you will always let you know you're black. Always.
Yeah.
So the first thing you have to do, what I'm very grateful to my dad for, accept the fact that, yo, I'm an African born in Russia, and trying to find that balance.
Yeah. Good, man. Pooty. Pooty, bro. Good to meet you. Pooty. Chilling? Good, bro.
Yo, what's up?
Pooty, bro. Good to meet you, man. You're a rapper, right?
Yeah.
Heard some good things, man. Heard some good things. Pooty.
Pooty.
What's
Like
this?
pudding.
Like Pooty with a P. No. He said Pooty like Pooty. No. Oh, you got a Putin tattoo.
Yeah.
That is insane.
exact.
Show it real quick. Show it to the camera.
Yo, what's up?
Where'd you get that?
That man got a Putin tattoo, man. Let me see if I can find black people with Trump tattoos. Let's see. Black guy Trump tattoo. Nah, they ain't posted one of those yet. They ain't got a black dude with a Trump tattoo. Not yet. Not yet.
1 year ago.
What's the significance of the Putin tattoo?
I'm Russian nigga. Who the fuck?
Is there a lot of black folks who rap out here?
Not really black. All of my guys rapping. Like, I'm the one famous black rapper in Russia.
Oh, you're like the biggest one. Bet, let's go inside, check everything out. Y'all Russian handshakes be killing me. In the US, we call that the Mexican handshake. Nice to meet you. Pooty, nice to meet you.
That's Sophie, my girl.
Good, bro. This is where you do all your songs and stuff?
No, I'm doing all the jewelry here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we got this stuff, some new shit for our fans and something like that. Let's go to the jacket. Oh, because of light. Yeah, black club shit. I got a tattoo.
Studio, crazy.
There is a Baphomet statue.
Oh, shit. Are you a Satanist?
Hell no.
No, it's for my jeweler.
Do you speak English?
No.
Accent.
They got a Baphomet station inside of the studio, and he say it's for my jeweler. It's time to go. It's time to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, why does your jeweler have a station in this motherfucker anyway? Second of all, why your jeweler so comfortable enough to bring his, you know what I mean? It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? That's what they doing over there. I would have had to leave, though. I would have had to get up out of there, man.
Видишь, silent.
Yes?
I don't know. Why didn't he respond right away? Ты сатанист, брат? Сразу, да, нет. Are you sure you want to enter that room with this guy? You're going alone. Don't go, bro. The money doesn't work. Fuck that shit.
Bro, this, and then it's red.
It's the same thing that nigga in this bag.
You like Satan?
Yeah.
You like?
Yeah, I like.
God? You know like?
I like God.
Okay.
My God.
Hey, who's your God?
Что твой бог?
Devil.
Oh shit.
What do you do when the devil appears in the name you're not ready for? Huh? You think it's a joke?
Мне после этой жизни уже унаследован определенный чин.
Какой после этой жизни? В этой жизни дьявол может тебя трахнуть. Ты готов к этому? The devil can kill this life.
Да, мы порой занимаемся этим.
He says he fucked the devil in this bed. He fucked... Oh, the devil fucks you or you fuck the devil? Что происходит? Ты трахаешь дьявола, или дьявол тебя трахает? Oh, God! I was afraid to go here, bro.
I rebuke you!
I know that's right, Pooty. Real shit, Pooty. I was waiting on it. Real top, Pooty. I say that shit a few more times in there, man. Get out them folks shit, Pootie. Sometimes the content ain't worth it, man. Sometimes the content ain't worth it. Pootie done rebuked them, man. The real talk.
Rebuke!
What is going on? Check this out.
I don't want to go in there, nigga.
Look, they pushing them in rooms and shit, all white rooms with hard floors and shit, man. They gonna sacrifice you in that bitch, Pootie. Listen, man, they'll fuck around. So look at him, bro. He laughing and shit, Putin tattoo, man. Pootie, man, listen, bro. I know Nick Shirley giving you a run for your money, but listen, Pootie, you OG to this shit, man. You OG to this shit, man. Them folks get your ass in there, man, and have some Pootie soup. And he just told you what it was, man. And you all in there to rebuking him and shit. That probably pissed him off when you rebuked him. Now they trying to force you into this concrete room with these hardwood floors in here, man. And they gonna turn your ass, put your ass on the grill. Yeah, alright, Pootie. Alright.
What is going on, bro? I want no problems. We cool, right? Hey, tell him cast no spells.
He did it by his own hands with the microscope here.
You talking about a fist? Did you not see a Satan ritual? My mind is right now, bro. We are in Russia. Y'all see the title? What the fuck? I've been with niggas this whole time. The first white guy I talked to, I see a Satan. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Show me the jury. In America, you see a white dude reach in the bag, bro. He finna shoot this bitch up.
Basically, he's the master.
Yeah, he's the master.
Master? We call white people master in Russia?
No, the master of jewelry.
When did y'all niggas sell y'all soul, bro?
Are you Christian?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
He can show how he's
Polishes
polishing the jewelry.
Show me how we pray, bro. Like, y'all show me show me how we pray. Show me how we go to church, bro. Show me how we worship Jesus.
If I'm not believing in this God shit, so I don't believe in this devil shit. I don't give a fuck about all of it. I believe in space.
We are all mad. I told you, bro. For a black person to be in Russia, you have to be bizarre.
Yo, hey, Katrina, bad bitch just like Trina, hey, I call her all women, yo, red band that's her tongue, hey, I fucked up the family, y'all fucked up the family, y'all fucked up the family, white hoe Emma, hey, she just wants some Emma, call that Emma, I call her the Emma.
Man, I'm glad Pootie got out the building with them folks, man. I'm glad Pootie got up out the building. I'm glad he made it out of there, man. Pootie, man. Blink twice next time, man. Straight up, man. Yeah, you need to be outside, Pootie, with them some sunlight. Get some good sunlight on you, you know what I'm saying? You might need to go take a little dive in the ocean or something. Wash off this shit, man.
Red band that's her tongue, hey, red band that's her tongue, hey, red band that's her tongue, hey, I fucked up the family, hey, I fucked up the family, hey, I do that shit dirt, hey, I do that big dirt, hey.
I was born here. Yeah, I was born in a little town, and when I was 14 years old, I moved to St. Petersburg. Moved to St. Petersburg with my mama. She's black too. She's the first female black rapper in Russia.
Your mom raps?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, there's female rappers in Russia?
A little. My mom was the first, like, she opened those gates, you know. My dad, he's African. He was just studying here. My mom, like, didn't say to him that he has a child. And he moved back to Africa without knowing that he had a son here.
Have you and him spoken?
Yes. He found me, like, when I was 21.
Wow.
I'm 33.
Wow.
Like Jesus. I'm in Jesus' age.
Your mom
What's up, Cheryl?
How did that work? Was she popular? Was she big?
She was underground. She was actually an underground moving with some stuff, gangster shit.
Really?
All of it, yeah.
So your mom is street. She hood.
Yeah, she's from the street.
Oh shit, that's
from
crazy.
The hood. Actually, she was the wife of the first famous white Russian rapper in Russia.
But you still
see, I don't even carry cash, S's. I don't even carry cash.
Insane. So you have tattoos and everything. I want to talk about this Putin tattoo.
Putin, yeah.
Why'd you choose to get it?
You know, actually, when the war starts, a lot of people say a lot of not really good shit about Russia or something like that. And I was like showing that I don't give a fuck. I was born here. I will just say it loud.
You got this as a way to show like Russia
pride. It's my message. Yeah, it's my message. I was in the. Как сказать, братан, что я служил в армии?
He was in the Russian army.
Oh, you was in the army?
Yeah.
In Russia, once you reach 18, you're obliged to serve for a year. Only if you go to college, then you can skip it.
Did you have to do that?
I'm not a citizen.
Oh, okay, it's only for citizens.
Yeah.
What was everybody's like thoughts when you got the tattoo?
When I get the tattoo, like 50,000 of subscribers get off from me like
They
in
unsubscribe?
1 hour.
Wait, so how did the Russian people react?
In Russia, there is a lot of people who doesn't like this shit, like the government and something like that.
Yeah.
But actually, when I was a little boy, it was a lot of skinheads in Russia.
Yeah.
Like they black people, they with the knife. Even my mom have a scar here. They got a in the chest, you know. And I was 5 years old. And when Putin came, he like stopped all of this shit. Yeah. So and that is why I respect this guy, you know.
Have you traveled anywhere before? You think people would like react differently if you
Actually,
go?
yes, I think yes, but I don't give a f. It's my position, and I'm like, I'm peaceful enough to don't give a f about it.
Right. Would you ever want to travel to the USA?
Yes, of course, because I was raised on rap culture, hip hop culture. I want to check it out from my own eyes, you know.
Let me ask too, because you got a face tattoo.
Yeah.
What was the decision to do that? Like, how old were you when you got your face tattoo?
23.
Were you ever worried, like, damn, I can't get a job?
I wanted to block a way for me to get a simple, just a normal job.
The person I interviewed in Osaka, Japan, told me the same thing. How many face tattoos do you have?
I don't remember.
Damn, oh yeah, you got some on your forehead.
Yeah. Even my girlfriend had.
She has an Uzi on her face.
Yeah, when she became my girlfriend, I say, you will never go to the job.
Really?
Do this shit on your face. I wanted to make her an artist, and I produced an album for her. I say, do this shit. It will be easier for you not to think about normal job.
One of my biggest like concerns was coming here was about how strict like cops and stuff are. You being black, you having all these tattoos. When it comes to like locals?
Он спрашивает, типа, как ты думаешь, копы в России менее агрессивны, чем американские копы?
They're not aggressive at all. Да нет, нихуя. Там они сразу убивают, братан. I was famous already. I was just walking through the street smoking. And 2 cops come over me and they just rapped my song and they did nothing to me.
Oh, so cops here fuck with you?
Yeah, sometimes they come like that and they take a photo.
In the USA, most rappers hate the cops. How about out here? Do like people like the cops?
I'm just laughing on them, but I don't hate them.
Do you feel like it's easier to make it in the entertainment business in Russia because you're black?
Not because all white people they are not hating black people, but they don't understand us, and for them it's difficult to get your culture. It's difficult to because in USA everyone knows what is it black culture,
right?
And they're not in Russia. It's just in the beginning, you know.
Yeah.
It's just I was the first who gave them like a chance to understand what is it even when you are black. It's not as easy.
Do they consider you Russian the same way you consider yourself Russian? Not even consider, the same way you are. Do they accept you?
Yes, after I passed the Russian army, after I do
they're like,
some
okay,
Russian
he did
stuff,
everything.
It was like, oh, he's Russian. And when they heard my music, they understand what I'm talking about. They get my Russian accent and all of it. They get that I'm Russian actually. When I went to Africa, it was more difficult to prove them that I'm African than here to prove that I'm Russian. They say, oh, you're white, you're not black. Because in Africa, like, when you have a little piece of white blood, you're white. And in America, when you have a little piece of black, you are black.
I never considered that.
Yeah, they was like saying, you're white, you're not black. And
yeah, fuck our interview.
Marino. So, you know, actually living in Russia, it's not like all the time we don't think about politics, we don't give a fuck about all this conflict and something like that, you know, because we know that politics is politics and it's some bullshit, like it's not concerning to us. When you see some people who really thinks about that, it's just because maybe there are nothing to think about. Yeah, because normally we're just chilling about all this shit. If you will just get out and scream that Russia is bullshit, Russia, of course they will act like aggressive, you know, onto your side, but normally they don't give a fuck.
We're happy people, just chilling, just vibing, go to the restaurants, go to the clubs.
I have a lot of Ukrainian fans, you know, and after this it less.
You say he's African, Russian, not black, but you see how he akin it to black American culture, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't understand in America, they understand the black American culture. Here it's in the beginning. But it's like, shit, they dressing like niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. Like, them, if they didn't open their mouth and start talking, you would have thought all of those people in that video was black Americans, man.
Football and basketball season is back, and Prize Picks is the best on that.
You have to.
How much? You know what? I'm finna this shit up.
Let's go. Let's take a picture. Yeah, where?
Me too. Ask somebody he want a photo.
Почему типа подошел, попросил фоткать?
So
you see this reaction? This is basically the reaction every time Russian people come to you and you start speaking in Russian.
Потому что вы крутые ребята.
Is it because you guys are so cool?
I forgot I had this on my head, bro. Bigger size? Bigger size. Like,
Просто фоткаться, то не надо. Если вы будете покупать, то тогда мы дадим. Если просто фоткаться, то нет.
Yup. Mm-hmm. Because of the yup. The biggest. So how'd you end up here in Moscow?
Bruh, I mean like Moscow wasn't even in my list of top 10 options. My uncle, he came to Moscow at 1992. He's my father's favorite brother. He was like, yo, make Mohammed come here to study.
Why? But why did they choose Moscow?
For my father, it was like one of the best options. For a lot of Africans, they see Russia as the friend.
The white friend.
Yeah, the white friend. For Sudan, Russia is much better than, let's say, USA, United Kingdom.
Really?
Yep.
Hey! Wait, but why?
There's a lot of countries on that side of the world which see America as the #1 enemy.
Really?
Done.
So like,
why are you so surprised?
Okay, ready? So to us in the States, this is the ultimate do not go place. This is like a level 4 or 5 do not travel.
To Russia.
Bro, on the website it literally said we can't help you if anything goes wrong.
What?
Yes.
But
like
that's because of the bad connection between...
Exactly. Yeah. So places like Mexico, Central America, coming to the U.S., chasing that American dream. For other countries there, it's like, this is chasing that Russian dream.
It's not the
Russian dream.
Russia is the ally against the colonial powers of Britain,
America,
France,
Europe,
Belgium,
right.
Germany.
Yes, sir.
It's the good white friend.
For a lot of Africa. And I don't know why he said so, but I
Northern
think
Africa,
a lot
Central Africa, and East Africa. In Nigeria as well, they don't really give a fuck about Russia.
And sometimes I think it's... That reaction of you seeing the name.
I got a 20-word list I can't say. Top word on that list begins with a P.
You know why Nigerians love Putin? Because the Brits left Nigeria in shambles. And now you have one guy resisting NATO, the EU, Putin alone resisting the white colonial powers.
Yeah, let's stop shouting.
Is that...
That's
weird.
No, we just don't have to shout.
I like this guy, bro. I like this guy. We do not have to shout that, bro.
Over everything. Content over freedom, bro.
Anyway, what?
Pretty much, bro. How do I stay safe and get a private jet home? Out of the entire world, right now, Taylor Swift is top 10 most famous artists.
That's a fact.
If we go walk down the streets of Moscow...
I'm talking about today.
Извините. Здравствуйте, можно вопрос? Вы знаете Тейлор Свифт?
Да.
Знаете Тейлор? Да. That's one. А вы знаете Тейлор Свифт?
Да.
Вот. Two. Йоу. Извините, пожалуйста. А скажите, вы знаете Тейлор Свифт?
Taylor Swift.
Да.
Да, знаю.
5 out of 5.
Знаете? Да.
6 out of 6. А вы знаете Тейлор Свифт?
Да, yes, I know.
7 out of 7. Bro, you are our driver. Okay. Yeah.
Moscow.
No, you just... No. Wait, also... Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, nigga, he just won 7 out of 7.
In Moscow.
This is Russia.
Moscow is not... It's not Russia, bro. Moscow is not
That's
Russia.
A fact.
That's something you guys have to
But let me tell
you reach Volgograd, you reach Chelyabinsk, you reach Syktyvkar.
That's some places they're not interested in this
No,
music.
but they know 50 Cent. People that do not know rap, they know 50 Cent. He's the black guy.
50 Cent is the guy who gets 9 bulls here. He was a legend. You don't know what you heard about me.
No.
You was about the candy shop.
50 Cent is the poster boy of black people in non-black countries. No one knows shit. They know 50 Cent.
Snoop Dogg, I would think
More Snoop Dogg than 50 Cent.
You know who is like 50 Cent? Kanye West.
I would say Kanye. I would think, because y'all live on the other side of the road. Well, you know, I would assume, because I'm sure I'm on the other side of the road to y'all too. Kanye West, because he has the shoes.
Yes,
he
Kim
has.
Kardashian. When Kanye West married Kim Kardashian,
No,
he preached to the audiences. He went into the white audiences.
He made her famous.
He made her famous that there in your country. Here in our places, she made him famous.
Really?
Yeah, Kim Kardashian did.
Wait. In Russia, they think Kim Kardashian made Kanye famous?
Bro, a lot of
Take me
Russian
to
don't
the
know.
airport,
A lot
let
of
me
Russian
go
people
home.
don't know
What
that
the
she
You know
was.
why? You know why? Because Kim Kardashian's Armenian.
Is there a lot of Armenians in Moscow?
What?
Yeah, I heard the accent, right? I should probably move after that.
So we're passing by the biggest library in Russia, Lenin's library.
This looks grand.
Just as in the U.S.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Kim's Armenian, so over there they think Kim blew Kanye up. That's crazy. Just the different dynamic. It's perception versus perspective. That's crazy.
You have the Senate and you have the House of Representatives. This is the House of Representatives. Государственная Дума.
All the decisions in this country
From this building, yeah. This is where.
everything.
Bro, what is that building?
This is the FBI headquarters.
Yeah, that shows. Yeah, look.
These are real pussy friends, bro. Pussy friends.
Hey, whoa! Stop with the word.
That's not the F word.
Putin is from the KGB. KGB, Russian FBI control the country. Hello, this Pudi brother. Do you like Pudi's leg? Send $10,000. You could be rich as fuck, but if a KGB captain doesn't like you, bro,
He wanted to go out, right?
you are done.
What is the
I just said it. It's the Russian FBI.
I
It's
think
the
it's
Russian
even mixed CIA with the FBI.
and the KGB controls everything in Russia. You could be an
And
army
in
general.
America.
Mind you, there's a whole KGB behind us, by the way.
Yeah. And that's even a black Namira.
What the fuck is a black Namera, bro? What the fuck?
Oh,
wait.
shit.
Wait, no! What's a black Namera? What's a black Namera? No! There's buses! There's buses! There's buses! No! Why are we speeding? Why are we speeding? We just went 100 and they're like to drive me to the airport. Now!
Real talk. Real talk. He got the fuck up out the car. Hey, Pootie got up out of there on their ass, man. Pootie said, man, fuck that shit. We'll take public transit, bro. Pootie not trying to go to jail in Russia, man.
Do you know what's the worst thing like?
What?
We as black people, wherever we're from, we are loud. Pay attention to how quiet this bus is.
Yeah. So we
The
get
whole bus is staring at us. We've had a ton of situations of people coming to us like, yo, why are you shouting? And we just like, yo, Muhammad,
like this.
That's universally black.
You think so?
Like Africans from any country, they're lively.
The emotion.
It's not being loud.
Nigerians speak very loud.
Bro,
too. Yeah,
if I start speaking like a Nigerian now, if I start speaking like I'm using my old body to communicate. Because I cannot just be standing there like, yo, Pudi, this is the Moscow. No, I have to like, yo, Pudi, this is the Moscow.
Are most people here quiet?
99%, bro.
99.
That nigga's filming us right now behind your back, bro.
We
That
are
nigga's
being
filming.
like
Let's say hi.
Most, you want to be in the video?
He speaks English. He speaks English.
That's good.
You speak English, right?
Do a lot of people here speak English?
The thing is that Russia's education is one of the best in the world. So you have schools, like public schools, you don't have to pay a dime for, where you learn English, French, and German without paying money for that shit.
But yeah, in the US high school.
He was trying to be slick record too, bro. He was trying to be slick as hell record, bro. Like, look at him right there. Look at how sneaky he tried to be.
Because I cannot just be standing there like, yo, Pudi, this is the Moscow. No, I have to like, yo, Pudi, this is the Moscow.
Are most people here quiet?
99%, bro.
99.
That nigga's filming us right now behind your back, bro.
We
That
are
nigga's
being
filming.
like
Let's say hi.
Most, you want to be in the video?
He speaks English. He speaks English.
That's good.
You speak English, right?
Do a lot of people here speak English?
The thing is that Russia's education is one of the best in the world. So you have schools, like public schools, you don't have to pay a dime for, where you learn English, French, and German without paying money for that shit.
But yeah, in the US high school, you can learn French.
By the way, write in the comments, how many Americans speak French?
Here's what it is. It's not the education system. We don't really learn about like internationally stuff.
your
All my international stuff I learned was as an adult in the last like 7-8 years.
If we match a college graduate from America
and from
with a high school graduate in Russia, the high school graduate will fuck
be smart.
If you're not from Harvard.
We learned a lot about our history. We learned about this our history.
He started telling me our history.
You don't like America, do you?
Bro, it's not about I don't like America.
Let me ask.
I love America actually, and the American dream and everything, but I know all the facts and the truth. I mean, like, I can't say that Americans are stupid and still love in America. That's the fact. Americans are stupid.
He's like, I hope to go there.
Bro,
Okay, what's your true thoughts about Americans?
I never dreaming about going
Even
to
if you
America.
pay
Not
Muhammad
today, not
to go
tomorrow,
to-
not after tomorrow.
Because he comes from the other parts
Not
of
in
the
a bad
world,
way.
from the Saudis, the
I have-
Ethiopians,
yeah, I
the
have
Sudan,
another
the Iraqs.
difference.
Let me ask you a question. This is very important, right? Tyla, I remember when she came to the U.S., had like got in trouble because she said she wasn't black. Because in South Africa, if you're mixed, you're colored, right? Does that same rule apply to like over here?
That's
so
a
like,
Kinda, yeah, yes. We have it here.
so like, if someone's mixed, they don't consider them black.
They don't consider
Not all of
themselves
them.
black.
No, but how about the others? Like,
The
what do
thing
they
is that
consider?
you don't have a black population in Russia. What you
why
have
there's
is
no-
immigrants in Russia.
But that's different for you though, because you're born and raised there.
I'm 1 in a million, bro. Like your family, they've been in America like 7 generations, 8 generations.
Yeah,
12,
since
yeah.
like the transatlantic
Or
slave trade.
let's take the UK. Yeah? They have like 3 generations, 4 generations.
More than 3 generations.
I don't
That's
think
it.
that we'll ever get to that point in Russia.
Yeah.
Most black people in Russia, for them, Russia is like a place. You live here, you work here, and then you move.
You remember in the car when I was saying that Russia is a white country? That's what I meant. This can be like minimum the second house, but this place can never be our first house.
Really?
Never. As I told you, 10 years Sudan, 10 years Saudi Arabia, I have like 3 different homes. Home is where my mom is. If I bring my mom to Russia, I'll stay with her in Russia. Damn. I would all of you.
Shit look mid to me, but what about it is like making it not
Yeah. Yeah, it's not only this. I mean, like anytime. Look, it's been 12 years. I can be walking in the center of the city, and some people gonna make me feel like, why did you come to our place and what are you doing? Take your thing and leave. Russia gives me a lot. I love Russia.
Yeah.
And Fams knows this. I really love this country for many, many different reasons. But for me, it's not my house yet.
Do you feel like it's kind of harder breaking into the comedy scene as a black woman here in Russia?
No, I don't think so. Maybe it helps me in the beginning.
Oh, it helped.
Yeah.
You like stand out in a way.
Yes, and they don't know nothing about our lives.
Is your subject matter, are you mostly discussing like black issues or something, like black jokes?
Few black jokes in the beginning, and about my experience like woman.
I never would have expected a woman in comedy in Russia, furthermore black. I thought that was so interesting, especially as a career path here. So does Russia have a big comedy scene?
You know, it's new. Maybe for 20 years now, they say like stand-up comedian is a new rap.
What's a popular like Russian drink?
Alcoholic?
Yeah.
Vodka.
God damn, why is vodka so popular?
I don't know. You can make it at home, so why
Y'all
not?
don't drink tequila here, right?
No, girls drink tequila.
Yeah.
А вы слышали на английском объяснить, что это?
Да, конечно.
Да.
Okay, we want two infusions with fresh cranberry or fresh cherry, okay?
I speak Russian, bro. As long as I'm gonna say Cheers. It's good. It tastes good. It tastes like a small mixed drink. So, how did you end up in Russia?
How? My parents were students in Soviet Union.
From what country?
Guinea-Bissau.
Okay, Guinea-Bissau.
This is West Africa. So now my mom works in embassy.
She works in the Guinea-Bissau embassy.
Here. Yeah.
In Russia. She just came as a student and
Yeah,
she liked it
yeah.
a lot. Did your dad come here at the same time?
My dad was here before my mom.
They already knew each other?
They
First
met
time?
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
so they just must liked it. They was like, oh, this is fire. Let's just stay here.
Да.
Because most people who travel here for school, do they end up liking Russian?
Yeah, of course, of course. I was in Guinea-Bissau like in September, and my relatives who were students here, they know the language till now.
Do you think a lot of mixed people here embrace their
Blackness?
Their blackness, yeah.
No, I feel sorry for them because I think this is a journey, and most of them they don't feel like they're black.
Do you feel like there's a lot of black people here?
Yeah.
But it goes back to that problem where a lot of them don't embrace it.
But I have my friends.
Yeah.
They're black too. We're friends not because we're black.
Right. But I feel like that's common though. Even in the US, if you're Hispanic, then you're naturally gonna also want to be around people who have your same life experiences.
I always like the idea of sisterhood, you know.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like it's missing here in Russia? Like sisterhood?
Yeah.
You have a lot of black girlfriends here?
Not a lot, but yeah, 2, 3. I'm glad, but I want us to be like big girls' night, you know, making braids with each other. I feel like I don't have enough.
What do you think it would need to take for there to be more, I guess, black women here too?
There are a bunch of black people here, but Russia is too big, so we just like
not all live in
different
one
places.
location. So what flavor is this?
Blackberry.
See, now we did opposite.
Yeah.
This one's good.
This is my favorite.
Does that happen a lot? When you walk out in public, you get recognized?
Sometimes.
Are you like used to it now?
I'm shy, but it feels nice. It warms my
How are you
heart.
shy if you're a stand-up comedian? Being a stand-up comedian, that's probably one of the most bravest things to do.
Yes, but when I'm in a show, I'm more confident and strong. I can do it. But in life, I'm like.
You know how brave you have to be? Like, a lot of people don't have the guts for that.
This is my other side.
If you're a naturally shy person, how do you like lock into that?
I'm shy like this person. I feel like I have some masks when I'm a comedian, Bella, and Bella like homegirl. This is two different Bella.
YNW Melly versus Melvin. The comedy you and the real life you is two different people.
She's confident. She can tell her shit out. It's okay.
One of the things I heard about coming here, it's not really possible to be an entrepreneur here or to get rich. If you're like a business owner or whatever, your funds are like controlled by the government and there's no real entrepreneurs. But I'm here and I see the most Maybachs I've ever seen in my life. I see the most nice cars I've ever seen. So I know people getting money, but is it actually possible to be an entrepreneur? Is it actually possible to get rich?
One of the best things about Russia is that Russia is a developing country. So you have a lot of opportunities to make money. It's quite easy for you to find a venture to make money, a venture to get big.
Let's say you have a business, and let's say after the business profits for the year, it profits a flat even 1 million USD.
Yeah.
Let's say you're the only owner or whatever.
Yeah.
How much of that do you get to keep after profits?
It's not hard to make it. In Russia, it's hard to keep it. As soon as you get big, you become a like global company that has to do with national interest, a company that has, let's say, 10 or millions of Russians using their services.
But is it your? But like,
it's yours. So when you reach that level, the government is like, knock, 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 knock. We want the data. We want part of the money.
It has some truth to it, but it's not full truth to it.
It has some truth,
So like, it's like you're able to be an entrepreneur, but once you get too rich, then now it's like you have no choice but to give us some of your wealth. Is there a certain number you think that like you have to hit before the government starts being inside of your pocket?
You know that there's Amazon, yeah? So in Russia we have Wildberries. That's something like Russian Amazon. There was a company selling goods.
Right.
And they became the biggest company in Russia. What does that mean? Money, access, and info.
And they was like, yo, we need some of that.
Knock, knock, knock.
Was it known how much percentage of that was taken?
No, you never find out. You just say that, yo, the owner of this bank sold it to the government.
And it was one of the things, it's like, nigga, you ain't got a choice.
You pay or lay down.
Right.
So it's not hard to get it in Russia.
Right.
Not keeping it.
Like Russia is like a
police state,
right?
Moscow is the safest city in Europe. Here,
every time I go somewhere,
safer than the US.
But every time I go somewhere, everybody be like, "This is the safest city in the world."
Moscow, at any time of the day, any spot of the city, you can just be walking around throwing out money. No one will get.
There's a lot of stairs here, though. Sometimes it's like, "Oh, this person's fresh. Let me come take a picture with you." But I started to notice it's the same cadence of smile, same cadence of laugh,
the same approach,
every couple seconds.
Same questions,
everything. The same phrase over and over.
I want to take a photo.
And then they go away laughing.
That's one of the bad sides of black experience in Russia. You never feel human. You're always a toy.
You was telling me there's a game that people play when they see a black guy.
Yeah, so let's say it's a group of 3 kids, yeah? And they see a black guy approaching them. The guy that notices the black guy first knocks his friend on the shoulder and he wins the game. Sometimes it'll be a group of 7 kids and one guy just 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, shit.
Bro.
Did you ever get offended from that?
Nah. Bro,
Never.
we are gods. We are gods. And when you're black in Russia, you really feel it. You really feel the power of black presence. Because anywhere I go, room full of celebrities, even policemen, I feel that I don't want to say like an advantage, but some kind of influence on them. I don't know why is it. Maybe because black culture is so influential. Maybe because it just works.
Thank you, Asha. Thank you, Asha, for the gifts. I hope you're having a good day, Asha.
I don't know, but anywhere I get to in Russia, I feel the highest in the room.
To a few of y'all, do y'all consider Russia home?
Let me answer that.
Yeah. Go ahead, talking about it. Yeah.
So okay, I cannot consider Russia as a home. It could be a place that I would like to stay in, but it would never be the home with the meaning of home. And anytime you can hear it anywhere in Moscow, yo, go back to your place. That's the thing that makes you feel, yo.
It's like they constantly like remind you that you're an outsider.
Yeah, of course. I was talking to Bill about this some time ago. We just immigrated in Russia. Yeah, we've been living here. We're doing a lot of things. People like us and everything, but it the end, we came here.
For example, me, I consider like Russia home. I sort of see myself as this kind of person. I don't stay in a place, so I'm always here and there. I grew up here. I came here when I was 16. I didn't know shit.
Mm-hmm. So that's right.
Russia
right.
sort of shaped me to this person that you see.
But that's what I mean. I love Russia. Kind of patriotic of this country. Oh yeah. Kinda. But that's not changing the fact that I still cannot say that Russia is my home.
So for me, it's the opposite. I cannot say Nigeria is my home.
Right.
If I went back to Nigeria tomorrow, I'll be lost. Like, that's how bad it is.
I do want to talk about something positive. What is y'all favorite things about living in Russia?
I think it's really safe. And number two is transportation. Like the metro is super clean. There's never any delays with anything. Like you get on the train, bro, you get to where you're trying to go.
This is why I was saying like I cannot praise Russia without shitting on my country.
Oh my God, you don't.
Just listen. Like
you don't have to just say I like this about.
In my personal experience, all of the fucked up experiences that I've had in Russia hasn't been from Russians.
I had a bad experience, a lot of bad experience of Russia.
Like Bella has been in the stand-up role like 5 years, right? She has been top for the last 3 years. And Bella has a show of her own that she invented, came up to the company let's try this out. Despite the fact that she's been hot just for 2 years, they like the idea and now the show's out. There's no stumbling block. You don't have to know someone there to help you do something. If you have a nice idea, it will make money. Let's try it. Russians try shit.
To put a wrap on everything, what is something that y'all want to share to the world about being black in Russia? Where I'm from, a lot of people don't know y'all exist. I would say, number one, there definitely is sort of like a black community going on, but it's not integrated into the Russian society. And that's why y'all don't know that blacks exist in Russia.
You came, you saw, and you got surrounded by a lot of black people who do a lot of things here. We would like to share this with the other African and black from the other side.
We here, like, and we're like, cool, let's be friends. You're very welcome here.
Yeah, so.
But what can you say about your experience?
My experience
as a black woman.
Bro, she's famous, she's making money, I think she's good.
There's an episode, I think
it's like ups and downs.
For her, it's more than like a message to them, like there's a black woman in Russia and I exist and I'm a famous black woman in Russia, Africa.
Like,
you are famous.
Ain't no wrong with that.
Sometimes it's difficult, but if I can make it,
if we made it in Russia,
we could.
You can make it anywhere. That's the main.
Damn.
Next is actually take some questions. And I remember one of my favorite things about Charlie, not that there aren't going to be some questioners who agree with me, but if you disagree with me, I would ask that you come to the front of the line because we want to talk to people we agree with. We also want to hear from people we disagree with. It is hard for me to see because the spotlights are very bright, but whoever's in line, go ahead and ask your question. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I can see you. How you doing?
Hi, Mr. Vice President. Thank you so much for being here. My name's Lucy.
And I'm Ellie, and we're with the Turning Point chapter for this question.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. Can you tell us how your faith helps you in your role as Vice President?
Well, I appreciate that. That is a very good question. And this is another way in which Charlie has affected my life. I would say that I grew up, again, in a generation where even if people had very deep personal faith, they didn't talk about their faith a whole lot. And I grew up in a country where you just didn't hear political leaders talk about their faith. But the reason why I try to be the best husband I can be, the best father I can be, the reason why I care so much about all the issues that we're going to talk about is because I believe that I've been placed in this position for a brief period of time to do the most amount of good for God and for the country that I love so much. And that's the most important way that my faith influences me is we all get a limited opportunity to make a difference. And if you believe as we believe, you believe that God, you believe that Jesus Christ has a plan. And sometimes we don't understand that plan. By the way, one way I don't understand that plan is why my friend lost his life 6 weeks ago. Sometimes I get pissed off about that. But what I remind myself is that there is a deeper rhythm, that Jesus Christ is the author of the fate of human history, and we are charged to do everything that we can to effectuate that vision, to make our country a more virtuous place, a more prosperous place where people can raise a family and not be persecuted for their faith, but teach their children their faith. That recognition that all of us have a duty And I have two very important duties as Vice President of the United States to the American people and to God, and that's the most important influence my faith has on me. Thank you.
I understand your view on illegal immigration is it should be a top priority, strengthening our southern borders and fighting the massive drug trafficking that's taken place while securing jobs for the working class Americans. Also, deporting every single person who's invaded our country illegally, which I 100% agree on. My question to you is, what is your view on legal immigration? Personally, I have a girlfriend who's studying in America off a visa. Our hope is eventually getting a green card. So what is your view on legal immigration? Should we reduce it? Also, what is your plan for a merit-based system?
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate the question. And look, my honest view is that right now, America, thanks in part to the Biden border invasion, but also thanks in part to a lot of bad immigration policy, right now, we have let in too many immigrants into the United States of America. That is just a fundamental reality. Now, look, legal immigration is complicated because we let in about 1 million legal immigrants into the United States of America every single year, and I think the evidence is pretty clear that a lot of those immigrants are actually undercutting the wages of American workers. It's one of the reasons why the President of the United States, and a lot of us in the administration have encouraged H-1B reform, because if you look at the H-1B visa, what it's supposed to be is that you have a super genius who's studying at an American university, who's working at a great company. You want that super genius to stay in the United States of America and not go somewhere else. What it's actually used to do is hire an accountant at a 50% discount to an American citizen. I don't think that we should be hiring accountants from foreign countries when we've got accountants right here in the United States that would love to work for a good wage. Now, you asked about, I think, your girlfriend, you said, and I obviously don't know the full details about your situation, but my view is, look, there are people who want to come to the United States of America, and some of them, I'm sure, can enrich the United States of America by coming here, but we have got to get our overall numbers way, way down. Too many people have come into the United States of America. I am married to the daughter of immigrants who came to the United States in the 1980s. I do believe that some immigrants, many immigrants do in fact enrich the United States of America, but here's the problem. We don't even know how many illegal aliens we have. We don't even know. The best guess is probably 25, 30 million people. I've heard estimates as high as 50 million. When something like that happens, you've got to allow your own society to cohere a little bit, to build a sense of common identity, for all the newcomers to assimilate, the ones who are going to stay, to assimilate into American culture. Until you do that, you've got to be careful about any additional immigration, in my view. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello, I have a question about Israel and Trump's policy towards it. Do you think it's a conflict of interest for Miriam Adelson, an Israeli donor, to give millions of dollars to his campaign and then Trump have pro-Israeli policies?
Well, if you're asking, do I think the President of the United States has a conflict of interest? No, I do not, because I know how the President of the United States makes his decisions, and I see it behind the scenes. Now, as the President himself has said, Miriam Adelson, who, by the way, I know, and I have a very good relationship with her, she is very clear about the fact. She doesn't hide the fact that she really loves Israel, and that is part of what motivates her political giving. That is a reality. At the same time, the President of the United States is America first through and through. And let me give you just a couple of examples of this. Number one, we have heard from some pro-Israel voices, some people who really love the state of Israel, that they don't want us to have a relationship with certain Middle Eastern countries. Well, the president, his attitude is, we need to build relationships with any country where we have shared interests, and he's going to do it if it's in the interest of the American people, and he's done exactly that. Number two, there were people, and I remember this criticism of the President of the United States, I just raised it in the context of a conversation I had with Charlie. I remember when people said that the President of the United States was going to get us into a multi-100,000 troop regime change war for Israel. This was 4 months ago, this was 6 months ago. Now, the people who accuse the President of the United States of wanting to get us into a regime change war for Israel, I wonder if they stepped back and said, you know what, we were wrong about that. Because the President of the United States did not want to get us into a regime change war for any other country. He wanted to knock out a nuclear facility and get everybody back home, and that's exactly what he did. So I understand there's some frustrations out there, but I think the President of the United States, more than any president of my lifetime, is willing to stand up to anybody if he thinks it puts the interests of the American people first. Thank you.
Hello, Vice President Vance.
How you doing?
Good. I have a question. Do you condone large private corporations such as Palantir hoarding data caches on U.S. citizens?
No, I don't condone it. And here's the thing. So I get asked about Palantir a lot because there's this internet meme out there that somehow I am super in bed with Palantir. And here's the thing that I'd say about this. Palantir is a private company. They sometimes do a useful service, and sometimes they're going to do things that we don't like. You should be demanding that your representatives do two things when it comes to Palantir or when it comes to any other technology company. Number one, protecting your data. What's going on with artificial intelligence is going to mean that there are massive inducements to steal your data, to harvest it, and to use it against you to sell digital advertisements. That is not what I believe in, and I've been fighting against it, whether it's Palantir or any other technology company, literally before I ran for office. When I ran for office, I was criticized by Republicans in my Republican Senate primary because I was talking then about Google and Facebook harvesting our data. It's unacceptable.
Have y'all seen that deep fake? Have y'all seen that deep fake of Neil deGrasse Tyson, where he's talking about his calculations led him to believe the Earth might really be flat, and he came out and debunked it and was like, "Nah, this is a deep fake, and this is gonna get really bad." It has like 15 million views. I'll pull it up in a second.
I don't care who does it. I don't want him to do it. Number two, and this is also very important. What's going on with artificial intelligence, we got to be worried about large-scale surveillance, okay? Everything. When you asked about Palantir, do you know that every time you make a credit card transaction, the credit card companies are collecting data on how you spend your money? Do you know that every time you linger over a link on the internet for more than a half second, the search engines are collecting data on you so that they can sell you advertisements? One of the biggest questions for American policy.
Alright, chat, hold on. I gotta show y'all this. This is the deep fake I'm talking about. I thought it was real. I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was real as hell.
As well as looking back at old NASA footage and raw data from satellites hovering above Earth. And I just can't escape the conclusion that the Earth might actually be flat. That's not me. For me, those aren't my words. That's what's called a deep fake. Been doing calculations, as well as looking back at old NASA footage and raw data from satellites hovering above Earth. And I just can't escape the conclusion that the Earth might actually be flat. That's not me. For me, those aren't my words. That's what's called a deep fake. I've been doing calculations, as well as...
That's crazy, ain't it, chat?
A credit card transaction.
How many of y'all would have thought that was real? I did, until he pulled that phone back when I first seen it. I thought that was real. I was like, damn, he switched his view. Crazy.
Card companies are collecting data on how you spend your money. Do you know that every time you linger over a link on the internet for more than a half second, the search engines are collecting data on you so that they can sell you advertisements? One of the biggest questions for American policy over the next 10 years is how to ensure that you are a sovereign citizen. And you cannot be a sovereign citizen if any private corporation or any government can steal something from you that belongs to you.
Sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vice President J.D. Vance, good evening.
Thank you.
My question is, the Republican Party, they stand for the right to bear arms. A lot of things the Founding Fathers really made a priority.
Sure.
And I feel as if requiring Christianity in public schools goes against the Founding Fathers' wish of freedom of religion. What do you think about that?
Well, I guess, who is saying that we require Christianity in public schools?
Just from what I've seen on the media and the news, it seems like the Trump administration had wanted to make praying in schools and Christian values incorporated.
Well, look, I think Christian values are a good thing, and I'll talk to you about why I think that's a good thing. But that's separate from forcing people to pray, which I don't think that anybody, certainly no Christian that I know, would ever support or ever endorse. And let me just say something generally about all the people. I see there's a big line, and I hope I can get to everybody's question. I remember when I was a sophomore in high school, I went to an event at my church, which was a book signing with Oliver North and Sean Hannity, the Fox News host. And this was back before, this was, I guess, 25 years ago. And so neither of these guys was maybe as big as they are today. And I remember standing in line, and I'm about to say hello to Oliver North and Sean Hannity, and I remember thinking to myself, I was so nervous, all I need to do is shake their hand, give them a firm handshake, and tell them my name. That's what I'm thinking. Firm handshake, tell them my name. Firm handshake, tell them my name. And I get to the front of the line, and Sean Hannity looks at me, and he says, "How are you doing?" And I totally panic, and I go, JD. Because I had rehearsed shaking and saying my name. My point is, I admire your guys' courage, and please don't be nervous. If you need to work through a question, think about it, speak it. We're all here to have a nice conversation, and we're all supportive of it. Here's the thing when you talk about forcing, let me answer your question, of forcing Christianity, forcing people to pray. There's a liberal idea out there that I think is wrong, and that's that liberalism is the source of freedom of religion. And actually, if you go back to the original founding documents of the United States of America, if you go back to the Anglo legal tradition, well before there was ever a United States of America, what you find is that freedom of religion is actually a Christian concept. And the reason it's a Christian concept is very simple. Because Christianity, Imago Dei, the idea that we are all made in the image of our Creator, means that we must respect the free will of every single person. Now, part of that is you have a conversation with people. Having free will doesn't mean that you're not allowed to encourage somebody, that you're not allowed to talk to somebody about your faith, that you're not allowed to talk about certain values in school. When our founders talked about freedom of religion, they didn't mean you weren't allowed to say a Christian prayer in a public school or that you weren't allowed to talk about Jesus Christ in a public forum. They just meant that nobody could force you to profess the Christian faith. That had to come from your own free will. And I believe that, and I think every Christian who I've ever spoken to believes that the source is the Christian, the source of your faith, the Christian understanding must be your own free will. But here's the thing about Christian values. There are a lot of Christian values out there that I think that we've just sort of assumed and we've in fact taken for granted. Christian values are the idea that you should respect every single person as an individual, whatever the color of their skin, created in the image of God. That's a Christian concept. And in fact, it was a Christian empire, Great Britain, that abolished slavery to begin with. The idea that we should eliminate child sacrifice. What did the Christian settlers find when they came to the New World? They found a lot of civilizations that were murdering babies in weird religious rituals. It was Christianity that said we don't kill children just because they're somehow inconvenient to people. A lot of the things, human rights, the very idea that human beings have rights, are a Christian concept. And so I'd ask you, my assumption based on the question is that you're skeptical of Christianity, or at least of certain public professions of Christianity. One of my favorite Bible verses is, "By your fruits ye shall know them." And I think that the fruits of the Christian faith are the most moral, the most just, and the most prosperous civilization in history. I make no apologies for believing that Christianity is the pathway to God. I make no apologies for thinking that Christian values are an important foundation of this country, but I'm not going to force you to believe in anything because that's not what God wants and that's not what I want either.
So,
go ahead.
For the school system, do you agree that there should be Christian implementation, or do you think that school system should be neutral and be focused on science, literature, reading, writing, arithmetic?
Well, I reject the idea that anything is purely neutral. Okay, there are, for example, let's take a basic scientific fact, and this is a little spicy. I'm not trying to make this too controversial, but take the basic scientific fact of, can you take a pill to change your biological gender? Now that's something that 15 years ago, quite literally, every single scientist in the Western world would have said, absolutely not, that's crazy, and now people will. I think the premise of your question, I don't totally share it because I don't think perfect neutrality is possible. What is it? You talk about history. Was Christopher Columbus a great explorer, or was he a guy who committed genocide against the native populations? These debates, I'm happy to have them, but I reject the idea that there are truly neutral debates. Anybody who's telling you their view is neutral likely has an agenda to sell you, and I'm at least honest about the fact that I think the Christian foundation of this country is a good thing. Next.
Okay, thank you. And for the pill you're talking about, what do you mean specifically? Are you talking about testosterone, estrogen?
Yeah, I'm talking about hormone replacement therapy. That's what I'm talking about. Just to be respectful, let's keep it going.
Yes, thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Hello, Mr. Vice President. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to talk here today. I did not agree with many of the things that you said right ahead of this, but I don't think that's my point to discuss here. What I want to ask is, you are married to a woman who is not Christian. In her Wikipedia, I mean, I just looked that up. I wanted to know what her faith was. I didn't know this before. But she still calls herself Hindu. You are raising three kids in cultural, racial, religious household. How are you maintaining, or how are you teaching your kids not to keep your religion ahead of their mother's religion? Or how are you teaching them that your kind, they're that kind who got here just few years or few decades ago is different or is better than your mom's kind who got here just a generation before? How are you balancing that? And when you talk about too many immigrants here, when did you guys decide that number? Why did you sell us a dream? You made us spend our youth, our wealth in this country and gave us a dream. You don't owe us anything. We have worked hard for it. Then how can you as a vice president stand there and say that we have too many of them now and we are going to take them out to people who are here rightfully so by paying the money that you guys asked us? You gave us the path, and now how can you stop it and tell us we don't belong here anymore? And one more thing, I'm sorry. One more thing. Do you have to
There's
be...
a lot there. I don't know if I'm going to remember all this, but I will try.
I'm sorry. I had to say all of this, and please take it with due... I mean, I'm saying all of it. Of course.
No, go ahead.
I
Please.
have no intention of causing a scene here or anything, but...
We're not close to causing a scene, don't worry.
But we talked about Christianity, all of this. I'm not even Christian, and I'm here standing to show support. Why are we making Christianity one of the major things that you have to have in common to be one of you guys, to show that I love America just as much as you do? Why is that still a question? Why do I have to be a Christian?
Okay, so there was a lot there, and I'm going to try to respond to as much of it as I can. So on the question of immigration, so first of all, I can believe that we should have lower immigration levels, but if the United States passed a law and made a promise to somebody, the United States, of course, has to honor that promise. Nobody's talking about that. I'm talking about people who came in violation of the laws of the United States of America, and I'm talking about in the future reducing the number of people. Sorry, what?
Can I continue on that? Because when you just said you are not stopping with the people who came here legally, right? But you are pushing out policies that hurt us. And these policies are not even solving the problems. These policies are just creating chaos.
Ma'am. Okay, so again, I'm gonna finish answering the question, and then if I've answered all 9 of your questions in less than 15 minutes, then we can keep on going. We got to have a little fun, right? So here's the thing. I can believe that the United States should lower its levels of immigration in the future, while also respecting that there are people who have come here through lawful immigration pathways that have contributed to the country. But just because one person or 10 people or 100 people came in legally and contributed to the United States of America, does that mean that we're thereby committed to let in 1 million or 10 million or 100 million people a year in the future? No, that's not right. We cannot have, I'll go and finish, we cannot have an immigration policy where what was good for the country 50 or 60 years ago binds the country inevitably for the future. There's too many people who want to come to the United States of America, and my job as Vice President is not to look out for the interests of the whole world, it's to look out for the people of the United States. Now, you asked a personal question about our interfaith household. And yes, my wife did not grow up Christian. I think it's fair to say that she grew up in a Hindu family, but not in a particularly religious family in either direction. In fact, when I met my wife, we were both, I would consider myself an agnostic or an atheist, and that's what I think she would have considered herself as well. You know, everybody has to come to their own arrangement here. The way that we've come to our arrangement is she's my best friend. We talk to each other about this stuff. So we decided to raise our kids Christian. Our 2 oldest kids who go to school, they go to a Christian school. Our 8-year-old did his first communion about a year ago. That's the way that we have come to our arrangement. But, thank you. My 8-year-old was also very proud of his first communion. Thank you, guys. I'll tell him that Ole Miss wishes him the best. But I think everybody has to have this own conversation when you're in a marriage. I mean, it's true for friends of mine who are in Protestant and Catholic marriages, friends of mine who are in, atheist and Christian marriages. You just got to talk to the only advice I can give is you just got to talk to the person that God has put you with, and you've got to make those decisions as a family unit. For us, it works out. Now, most Sundays, Usha will come with me to church. As I've told her, and I've said publicly, and I'll say now in front of 10,000 of my closest friends, do I hope eventually that she is somehow moved by the same thing that I was moved in by church? Yeah, I honestly do wish that, because I believe in the Christian gospel, and I hope eventually my wife comes to see it the same way. But if she doesn't, then God says everybody has free will, and so that doesn't cause a problem for me. That's something you work out with your friends, with your family, with the person that you love. Again, one of the most important Christian principles is that you respect free will. Usha's closer to the priests who baptized me than maybe I am. They talk about this stuff. My attitude is you figure this stuff out as a family, and you trust in God to have a plan, and you try to follow it as best as you can. And that's what I try to do. I want to make a final point. So I don't want to cut you off.
Do y'all agree with JD Vance? Do y'all agree with how he broke that down on how he raises his family, being married to a woman who was, he said he was agnostic or he was atheist, and he ended up moving into Christianity. His wife was raised Hindu, but she just wasn't practicing anything. She goes with him to church. How do y'all feel about that? What do y'all think the compromise is?
To all the people behind you in line, but I want to make this point about immigration, okay? If you ask the question, what is the exact right number of immigrants for the United States to let in, it is just very specific on the context. If you go back to the 1920s, the United States passed an Immigration Reform Act that effectively cut down immigration to close to zero for 40 years in this country. And what happened over those 40 years? The many people who had come from many different foreign countries and different foreign cultures, they assimilated into American culture. And there was an expectation that they would assimilate into American culture. I think we have 2 problems in our immigration system today. And my guess is you're probably a slightly more leftist political persuasion, liberal political persuasion, maybe not. But here's the thing. I remember back in my establishment GOP days when I was still very early getting involved in Republican politics, I remember a conservative think tank person who told me that one of the reasons why immigration was really good is that if you had enough diversity in a country, people would mistrust each other and they wouldn't join labor unions. Okay? So when I see a lot of left-wing people who theoretically support organized labor saying we need to flood the country with a limitless number of immigrants, they're unwilling to set any limitations.
What's up,
on it.
FNAF?
My response to that is you are destroying the very social trust on which American freedom and prosperity was built. And that is really important. So the honest answer to your question, what is the exact number of immigrants America should accept in the future? Right now, the answer is far less than we've been accepting. We have got to become a common community again, and you can't do that when you have such high numbers of immigration, which is one of the reasons why we have the immigration policy we do. Thank you. Next.
Good evening, Vice President Vance. I just want to say it's an honor to actually be able to talk to you.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. One of my biggest questions is, I feel like one of the biggest problems that America is facing today is that ever-growing social political divide, and we're seeing this on the Republican and Democratic side, but we've seen that a refusal to cooperate with the other side has led to some major issues, including right now the government shutdown, and I wonder, as the party in power, what are your plans to address that issue towards, reaching that olive branch out to the other side to actually come to an agreement on how to go forward with our government?
Look, it's a very good question, and let me just say on the government shutdown in particular, the reality here is that there's a very simple bill that just reopens the government. It does it through pretty much the end of the year. That got every single Republican in the House of Representatives to support it, and then it got 52 Republicans in the Senate and 3 Democrats in the Senate to support it. But because of weird Senate procedural rules, it requires a 60-vote threshold. So on that issue in particular, when you have every single Republican with like 2 exceptions in both houses of Congress, I feel pretty confident. I know that I'm partisan. I know I have an R next to my name, but I feel pretty damn good saying the shutdown is the Democrats' fault because we voted again and again to open it. Now, but there's a broader question there, and I think most Americans, whatever their political persuasion, would actually like the country's political parties to work together better to solve the problems. And look, and I agree with that. And my approach when I was in the United States Senate was to try to find some issues where we could agree with the other side on and try to work with them on it. And let me give you one example. I really worry about concentration in the corporate sector. I worry about big corporate monopolies. I worry that when you have only 1 or 2 companies dominating an entire sector, it's bad for liberty and it's bad for prosperity. So you may be shocked to hear this, but I actually worked with Elizabeth Warren on some anti-monopoly stuff when I was in the United States Senate. But here's the problem. The problem is there is actually a lot of things where we could work across the aisle. There are a lot of President Trump is in my view, you haven't seen organized labor ever get behind a Republican at least in 100 years like they have behind Donald J. Trump. There are a lot of areas of common ground on that question. The problem is, as reasonable as some of these people can be in private, in public, the current obsession of the Democratic Party in leadership, I'm not saying every Democrat in the country, but the current obsession of every Democrat in Congress is get President Trump, fight President Trump, attack President Trump. It is impossible for us to work across the aisle unless a person is willing to put down their partisan sword, shut the hell up about fake scandals related to Donald Trump, and actually work with us. That's the way you make this happen. Next. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next. I'm going to try to get through as many as possible, guys. Thank you.
Damn,
Good evening,
Chad.
Mr. Vice President.
Hello.
Hi. I actually drove here all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. Go Tigers. So, I'm sure everyone here is aware of the Memphis Safe Task Force that has been in the city for about a month now, and I checked a little earlier. As of this morning, I believe they've arrested 1,700 people and seized about 300 illegal guns. So I want to ask, how does this law enforcement objective jive with Attorney General Pam Bondi's pledge to make the Department of Justice a more pro-Second Amendment justice? Because I'm sure most people in here support the Second Amendment. So how can and this Department of Justice use the current gun laws that are on the books that a lot of pro-Second Amendment advocates disagree with, that we wanted to overturn in the Big Beautiful Bill, but we didn't get it?
Yeah. So I understand the question. And by the way, I supported some of those changes in the Big Beautiful Bill. I know the President of the United States did too. We didn't have the votes to get them in there, and that's as simple as that. But I know exactly what you're talking about because there were a couple of issues in particular. I talked to some of my Second Amendment friends. But here's the basic issue. We don't want people who have violated the law, who have committed felonies. The Second Amendment, like every other amendment, it's about due process. It's that you don't have your rights violated unless there is due process of law. If you're a person who's committed 4 felonies and a court has lawfully ordered that you shouldn't have a gun and you're running around with a firearm, I don't have any problem with law enforcement saying you don't get to have that firearm that is illegally possessed, illegally obtained. I think that's basic law and order. Now again, if you had, if you had somebody come in and say, well, we don't think that person should have a firearm, but they haven't violated any law, that's a totally separate question. That's not what we're focused on. What we're focused on is violent crime and people who have violated, the bodily autonomy of another human people. A person who has committed an act of violence against one of their fellow citizens, we're going to clean up the streets, get those people off the streets, and make America safe for the American citizens again. That is our entire law and order policy, and I think we're doing a pretty good job at it. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I'm a Christian man, and I'm just confused why that there's this notion that we might have owe Israel something, or that they're our greatest ally, or that we have to support this multi-$100 billion foreign aid package to Israel to cover this, to quote Charlie Kirk, ethnic cleansing in Gaza. I'm just confused at why this idea has come around, considering the fact that not only does their religion not agree with ours, but also openly supports the prosecution of ours.
Yeah, so
here we go.
Let's say a few things about this. First of all, when the President of the United States says America first, that means that he pursues the interests of Americans first. That is our entire foreign policy. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to have alliances, that you're not going to work with other countries from time to time, and that is what the President believes, is that Israel, sometimes they have similar interests to the United States and we're going to work with them in that case. Sometimes they don't have similar interests to the United States. And this example, the most recent Gaza peace plan that all of us have been working on very hard for the past few weeks, the President of the United States could only get that peace deal done by actually being willing to apply leverage to the state of Israel. So when people say that Israel is somehow manipulating or controlling the President of the United States, they're not controlling this President of the United States, which is one of the reasons why we've been able to have some of the success that we've had in the Middle East. Now you ask about,
do y'all believe that? Yes or no, Chad? Do y'all believe that?
Sort of Jews disagreeing with Christians on certain religious ideas? Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the realities is that Jews do not believe that Jesus Christ is the Messiah. Obviously, Christians do believe that. There are some significant theological disagreements between Christians and Jews. My attitude is, let's have those conversations. Let's have those disagreements when we have them. But if there are shared areas of interest, we ought to be willing to do that too. For example, one thing I really, really care about is the preservation of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. Christians believe that that is the site where Jesus Christ was crucified and also that his tomb is right there as well. My attitude is, if we can work with our friends in Israel to make sure that Christians have safe access to that site, that's an obvious area of common interest. I am fine with that. What I'm not okay with is any country coming before the interests of American citizens, and it is important for all of us, assuming we're American citizens, to put the interest of our own country first. That's what we're going to do. That's what we try to do every single day, I promise you. Thank you.
Alright, chat, man, that's the end of that, man. That's the end of that, man. Let's see. We finna get up out of here, chat. I'm gonna jump in the Discord. We're gonna watch some of the game in the Discord, and we're gonna be back here on this channel at 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern Time. 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern. We're gonna have a panel. If y'all want to come up and join the panel, I'm doing my first collab. We got a special guest host, Stacy. We got a few topics. I think she wants to talk about AI. A couple other topics, man. It's gonna be some good topics. Y'all be sure to come through here, hang out with us. We will have a panel. Y'all can come up, join the panel. It'll be at 7:30 Central Time. 7:30 Central Time. Alright, y'all. And then after that 7:30 slot, we're gonna be back after that. After the 7:30 panel, we're going back live for the nighttime show. You know what I'm saying? Back, we turning up at night. So it's gonna be daytime plug right now. We weekenders this weekend. And daytime plug right now. 7:30 panel. And then we here for the night show after the 7:30 panel, man. Nice show. Double tap the screen, shut the live out, chat. I'll see y'all later on, man.